Hey YouTube, coming at you with a video from Eleanor, who says, say Thomas on the thing, Eleanor Thomas, who said, thank you for all your content. I think this team was strong, but I still need to work on my timing. I'm really struggling with one turn fast move timing. I've tried counting how many times I tap the screen, no, but still seem to mess it up. I also tried watching the, opponent's animations, but that doesn't work well very consistently. Any pointers for one turn fast move? I would never do 1 point. So again, turn durations, for those of you who do not know, are the fast moves. There's 5 of them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grumpig with Psywave has a 1 turn fast move. So when you're trying to count, like for timing, trying to count your own 1 turn fast move is almost impossible. You were right the second time. You count your opponent's animation. So if they have a 2 turn fast move, 3 turn fast move, 4 or 5, you basically just count theirs. Now it is kind of tough to figure out. The only problem with counting theirs is it's tough to figure out. You still need to a certain extent count yours. For example, if you have an Talonflame, a 5 turn Incinerate, you still kind of need to be able to keep track of your Psywaves just to know when to throw there. So you do kind of need to take care of both, but just to be in general, I would start counting more of your opponents than your 1 turn. But the team is Clodsire, Grumpig, THIEVUL, and THIEVUL we're going to showcase here because it did not have Sucker Punch and now it has Sucker Punch. I know that change happened earlier in the season, but we're just getting to it now. So let's take a look at it in action here. Clodsire into Talonflame. This is a okay lead. It obviously would be better with Stone Edge. But you can at least fake a Stone Edge here. So getting to the Sludge Bomb. They do shield. Yeah, even if it's a Brave Bird, you can live anything. They do just boost with Flame Charge. 4, so going on 4, yeah, 8 versus 10, that's fine. They may let it go, and then you need to make a decision here. Okay, they do shield, interesting. Opting to shield back, I don't know about this, because my only concern is with the boosted, you can still get a Sludge Bomb off for sure, but with the boosted, they will still live this, take switch, and come out with a move for you. Yeah, so now you're getting into this matchup to snipe. Yeah, okay. Unfortunately met with I was gonna say unfortunately met with Hackmo, but the move set on this thing is very weird. It is only has Night Slash and Play Rough. So double super effective Play Rough on a dragon fighter is actually fantastic. Yeah, but THIEVUL only having Night Slash and Play Rough, right? Yeah, there's only 2 moves, Night Slash and Play Rough right now. So it's kind of a weird one. I mean, there's no like hiding what you have because these are the only 2 charge moves that you have. So getting to that Night Slash there to take out the Venusaur. Okay, Malamar. I mean, Psywave super effective, so that sucks. They only can throw a Foul Play because Superpower is resisted. But these Psywaves are going to add up enough that the Psywave Foul Play is enough to take you out. So you are staying in this matchup. I think you can probably live this Foul Play and get to a Sludge Bomb and maybe grab a shield here. Yep, so that's nice. Getting to a move. They may shield and farm down and then you need to make a decision. I don't know what the right decision is though, because I guess it's the Sucker Punch THIEVUL because Psywave would be double resisted. They should have got a superpower off there. That was a mistake on their end. Yeah, because Psywave would have been double resisted on triple resisted on the double resisted on the dark and single on the psychic. So yeah, you need to throw that there. Was not coming in there is the right play. Shielding up the Ice Beam on the Grumpig, getting to the Shadow Ball. This will do a good chip. Azumarill is tanky though, but enough to put it to 50%. These Psywaves are adding up. You do get same type attack bonus on this. You can let 1 move go. Grumpig's okay. Like, it's not the super bulky Pokemon, but you can take at least 1 charge move on most things. So there's the Shadow Ball. They do shield. No, don't throw. You could have easily gotten to a... Unless they were going to like CMP here, you could have got to a Shadow Ball. But maybe they CMP'd. Or hoping you could... Yeah, because now they're going to have a move and you're going to have to shield. It's not even a full power to Azumarill. It's at 1435. But now you need to shield. And out comes a Clodsire. Maybe you'll boost here? Not on that one. Come on, boost. Because that's... I actually have no idea how bulky or not bulky THIEVUL is. Okay, it's about average, so you'll love this. Yeah, okay. 121, 123, 123. Very balanced, which means that, yeah, you can definitely take a charge move. As long as it's not like super effective, but you can take a charge move with ease. Unfortunately, you will not be able to take two, and these Night Slashes are just not adding up enough and no boost that you are going to go down here. This is my editing here. Okay, Dunsparce getting out into Grumpig. I don't even think Dunsparce is that good of a matchup. I know they have Draw Run, but Rollout is resisted. But you do have Dynamic Punch here on Grumpig. So this will be super effective. I don't think it takes out, though. It's non-stab, but they do shield. Here comes another move. Going to shield up just to match shields. Plus, they probably take you to the deep red if you let this go. So getting off another one. Are you mistiming these? I can't tell whether the animation's just delayed. They do end up shielding again. Gonna have to probably let this go. You do live. Can you get to the move? No, going down just as you get to the move. So THIEVUL's coming in. Again, you can let one go with ease. I'm always surprised with the amount of people that actually press the no button on their shields. So for those of you who are unaware, there's the shield button, which everyone knows about, but there's also below it like a not now. I have never ever pressed a not now. I just don't press anything. I don't want to like accidentally like press something. Tried to catch there. See, there's the not now button. I've never pressed that button before. Do shield up a power whip. We'll get to move here or catch. You're gonna try and catch. Yeah, as we'll say, the only reason you're not throwing that move is because you are trying to catch, and you do successfully. It is neutral power whip though, so but you can absorb that damage, and it is a Quagsire in the back. So getting to an Earthquake, which will be a nice chip, and you should be able to take out the rest with a Play Rough, non-stab Play Rough. I don't even know if that's true. Maybe live an Aqua Tail Mud Bomb here, but they're gonna have two moves. Throw out Sludge Bomb, yeah. You gotta kind of, you know that you're not gonna, I think in this situation, you need to know you're not gonna get to the Earthquake and to throw the Sludge Bomb. Do have the Play Rough, it is non-stab. 120 attack is good-ish, so yeah, it does take out. And now it's a race to the Night Slash, which you should outpace here for the win. Okay, Lapras. Tough lead, so yeah, looking at the instant swap here, where Psywave is resisted, so this is correct, and getting to Dynamic Punch quick here. Psywave is resisted on you because you were Psychic, and they did not get out, and you have Dynamic Punch, so this is great. They finally get out into Sableye. Should have made that switch way sooner, but now at the Shadow Ball already, so this will do good chip. Psywave is double resisted, so yeah, I was upset, just try and go for the Dynamic Punch, but at this point you just let this go. No, you gotta let this go. You easily let this go. Like, what's the point of taking switch here? For what reason? I think you take that shield advantage and you come in THIEVUL and just get ahead on the sucker punches, because now they're gonna come out with a bunch of energy here. Eat it on clodsire. I get it, but like probably just would have taken the advantage and gotten energy. So now they're going to throw a second foul play, which is fine, and then you're going to maybe try and one-shield THIEVUL for the win here. Just going for the Sludge Bomb is resisted, but they are already pretty low, so it should be enough to take out here. It is. Are we going to try and chip here or take the move? No, you can't. You can't shield this. You got to save it for and they do get another move off. This will chip. And they make the catch on a Wiggly. That's unfortunate. I mean, at this point, you're done anyways. There's not much you can do. Do chip. Maybe get this in Poison Sting range so you can get like 2 Sludge, but they'll have an Icy Wind after this farm. You're going to have to throw before they get to the Icy Wind here. Oh, come on, man. You got to throw that before they get to a move here. Okay, Empoleon. Another kind of tough lead. So here's the only concern I have with this team. Well, I have a lot of concerns. One, I don't think THIEVUL's that good with only Night Slash and non-stat Play Rough. I don't think Grumpig is good. Too many weaknesses with the Psychic, and you don't have any stab charge moves. Even though both Dynamic Punch and Shuttle Ball are good, neither get same type attack bonus on it. But also, against Steels, Poison Sting and Psywave both resisted. So I don't love that. So we're down a shield. They're going to try and bubble you down, and they do bubble you down, have some energy. They'll have a nice beam coming out here, which will chip you, but you can just commit to the farm down and come out with some energy, which you're going to need. You're going to need at least one Earthquake for the Empoleon here. I'm surprised you're not going to try and grab a shield here on Empoleon. And they blinds. Oh, man, yeah, you got to wait. That's why this is such a rookie move. Look, I make the mistake sometimes too, but man, you just need to wait to see what they're coming in with. You can't make that instant swap. Now, I would have also assumed that they were going to come in with Empoleon, because Empoleon's such a good matchup against Clodsire. But, you know, as a grass Pokemon weak to poison, it makes sense that they get it out here and just align in the... Oh wait, no, what am I talking about? They came in with Serperior. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. It was a weird end. Still, just wait. But you grabbed a shield. Did you just grab both shields when you're loaded here? Okay. Your opponent really blew that one. Okay. Okay-ish lead. Cladle. So here comes the Sucker Punches. Rock Tomb. Scorching Sands. Most throw Rock Tomb. Which you'll live. One and throw the Night Slash. This will chip, it will not take out, but because it is so slow on the charge, you will get to another move before they get to a move here. And I would, yeah, you don't even need it because Sucker Punch is super effective. They come in with, what was on the lead? Oh, Skeldridge is not going to have a good time here. But yeah, one and throw is correct because if the Incinerate register is on 4, it may take you out. You may live though. Yeah, okay, you did live. I don't think it matters too much. I think that was fine timing. Gonna get in here where, you know, poison is resisted. And you do have Shadow Ball and Grumpig, but 2 and throw. This will likely grab a shield because they're going to want to get at least one more Torch Song off. And now you need to make a decision here. I think you can get to the Earthquake before they get to the next move, but the damage is going to be very real here. And they try and catch with Credilli, so trying to get to the Dynamic Punch. You can let one go for sure. So getting to the Dynamic Punch. This probably will not take out, and you're going to get outpaced just because they had that little bit of energy advantage. So you're not going to win this race here. So you have to shield. And I would be going like 10 more. No, like that's fine, but you probably needed a little bit more. But I guess you have a move banked. Yeah, okay. So take out that with the Earthquake. Okay. Sorry. Azumarill, good lead, especially with Sludge Bomb. I mean, Bubble and Ice Beam are also super effective, so it's not like this is just a landslide, but with Sludge Bomb, it is a much better matchup. So here comes the first Sludge Bomb. It does over 50%. They're going to move off. You'll live. Ice Beam. Hydro will be close, but it is just an Ice Beam. And now we're getting off the second Sludge Bomb. This will take out, or maybe grab a shield if they want to take it down to the 1. It does not take it. Well, 1 each. Well, 1 Poison Sting takes them out. Guzzlord comes in. Thinking you're only going to get to 1 move. Going for the Earthquake. Ooh, Guzzlord is tough. I think you maybe have gotten to 2 if you went 2 Sludge Bombs. Yeah. If you would have got to 2 Sludge Bombs would have been better. THIEVUL, I guess you resist the dark as well, so that's smart. But shielding up a Sludge Bomb. And you have a Play Rough, but man, it's going to take a while to get to these Play Roughs. And you know what? Those Sucker Punches are really adding up. Sucker Punches, despite being resisted, are adding up on Guzzlord. And commit to the farm down. They do have 2 shields. It seems to be a Toxapex. So I would just go back-to-back Night Slashes. Actually, you may be taken out here. Yeah, okay. I'll go back-to-back because they don't know what you have in the back yet. So it kind of forces them to figure out what they want to do. And if they let 2 go, this essentially just becomes a fast move damage down. I wouldn't throw any charge moves. You need to shield up 1, whether you think it's this one. It's just a bait of brine. But at this point, it's just fast move damage. Good recognition there. And that's why you always throw the 2 moves. They don't know what you have in the back, so they need to make a decision on their... they need to make a decision on whether to burn one of those shields or save it in the back. And they save it in the back, and then you can just fast move down there. Okay, Clodsire versus Blastoise. Instant swapping. They eventually try to catch, and they tried to catch... I mean, I get it. It's a dark Pokemon, so Psywave is double resisted, but they are a normal dark, and they are double weak to fighting here. And here come these dynamic punches very quick. So here's the second one. Take it out. So grab the shield and switch and have health. This is a dominant matchup here. Not dominant matchup, but like that's a great, great scenario to be in. They do shield. At this point, you let this go and just go Clodsire. I wouldn't even like instant swap. I wouldn't even let them get that extra farm there. I know what you're trying to do. You want to line Clodsire here, not on the Blastoise. But honestly, you could just also let the Blastoise hit Clodsire and then 2 shield this. But because now if you burn both shields here. So going for the Night Slash, this will obviously not take out. Can you get to another one before they get to another one? No, and now what do? I tell you let this go and just try and farm down with Poison Sting. That's exactly what's going to happen. Let it go, and they will not let you farm down, so smart on them. You let the first move go because you'll live everything. The worst scenario is that they flame charge boost and then take you out with like a Brave Bird or something. So you definitely let the first move go and you can shield up the second one. Hoping that the Blastoise does not have another Hydro, but it looks like these guys do not have a move, so you can save the shield. Another bad lead. Holy smokes. Lots of bad leads here. This is rough too. Yeah, Grumpig, Psychic, weak to the Ghost, Shadow Claw, and the Hydros are going to just outpace you too. So this is a terrible matchup. If I were them, and yeah, if they have any sort of decent answer to Clodsire, you easily stay in this matchup. Okay, eventually coming in Talonflame. Like, if I were them, I would have just stayed in the matchup and try to align how you want. I guess they were kind of worried about, like, maybe a Stone Edge Clodsire would cause some problems for Talonflame. And why are you burning the second shield? When you have a loaded... Yeah, now they just come and farm and come out with like 2 Hydros. So I know you resist Claw, but 2 Hydros are going to take you out here. And then they're going to have a shield advantage, and they already know you have a Clodsire. It's not super effective. Why would... That's insane. So it is literally one of the only ways that you can win here is a Charger Bug in the back where you resist every single one of its moves. I still think they have a potential win con with if they can chip you low enough. They have a potential win con with the Hydros on for Alligator here, but it's going to be close. So they do chip you down to the yellow and then snipe you here, trying to save what's left of the Charger Bug for here, but you got to farm down and hope they don't have a move and hope a player off takes them out from this range. If it takes them out, you win. If not, they're pretty close to a move. Although Sucker Punch takes them out if they don't have one. Yeah, they have one. And X says they're super effective, will take you out. And that's it. Yeah, honestly, so clodsire, despite the terrible leads, clodsire is still very strong in this meta. Obviously the poisons for the grass, with Jumpluff being number 1, and now Earthquake for the steals, which we're starting to see more of. Corviknight will be a bit of an issue, but that's okay. These other two, though, Grumpig, I don't love... Let me just check some stats here. I don't love Grumpig. Again, I kind of talked about how I don't love Psychic in general, because you're weak to Bug, Dark, and Ghost, and there's so much Dark and Ghost in this meta right now. Psywave with Stab is great. I guess you still get you get 2 damage per 45 for 90 for Dynamic Punch, and 55 for 100, 1.82 damage for Shadow Ball. So they're still, like I said, it would be better if they had Stab, same type attack bonus, but they're still like really good moves. But then yeah, THIEVUL with just the 1 Stab. Sucker Punch is obviously fantastic. Sucker Punch is one of the best fast moves in the game already, so to get the same type of attack bonus on that. Night Slash, yeah, like you're hoping for the boost, because if you boost your Sucker Punch, you can just get out of control. The stat product, again, 121, 123, 123 is pretty okay. It's just this, the real thing holding this back right now is the second move. Play Rough, yes, nice coverage, especially if you're like weak to fighting and Sucker Punch is resisted. Having something for the fighters is a great cover move. But a 60 energy for 90 damage, 1.5, that takes 18 turns to get to, is just really rough for this Pokemon. So I think that this is the main reason that this Pokemon is just going to kind of be hidden. It's ranked 83 right now. I think it's probably going to stay there until it gets a better second move. But if it gets a better second move, it could definitely jump into like the top like 30 or 40, I think. So we'll see what happens in the future. But thanks for this mission. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Yeah, I'll put this up on Sunday, and then I'll put up my Kanto Ninetales tomorrow on Monday. So that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.